Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Krchisports channel. I'm Kacper, and today we'll be talking about the TJ Brodie buyout as well as the Joe Veleno for Andre Burakovsky trade. First of all, I want to start off on the TJ Brodie buyout. I'd like to make a correction from last video when I said his cap hit was going to be $258,000 over the course of the next two seasons. That was wrong. The first season, it's going to be $3,233,333 on top of that, and savings of $516,000, which for next season's not going to be much of a difference at all. But I just wanted to preface that because I realized I got that wrong. But the part I was right about, in two seasons, then his cap hit will only be $258,000 and $333 on top of that. We already talked about it a little bit last video, but TJ Brodie was just plainly ineffective last season. He was borderline unplayable. He had flashing moments, but it's just really sad because he used to be such a good player. But we won't talk about it too much this video because we did talk about it last video. If you want to get caught up with that, that's the only correction I'll make, that it's not going to be over the next two seasons that his cap hit will be $258,000, but only in 2 seasons from now. But for the main news of the video, I want to talk about the Joe Veleno for Andre Burakovsky trade. Joe Veleno was a solid player, but not insanely effective for the Hawks. Put up 7 points in 18 games for a plus-minus of -9. He was traded for Peter Mrazek, if you remember, by that deadline deal, but Andre Burakovsky is what's coming back here. He's a 6'3" winger with solid size and skating, as well as a nice shot. In his 696 game career in the NHL, he has put up 153 goals and 234 assists for a total of 387 points. Burakovsky is also a 2-time Stanley Cup champion with the Capitals and Colorado Avalanche 2 seasons ago, or 3 seasons now. It's kind of crazy how fast it's gone by, huh? But he's well liked by the Seattle Kraken franchise. What I've seen, just like on my quick little report of him, I've heard of the player before. I know who he is, but just like, I honestly didn't know he was on this big of a contract. And that's kind of like the only issue here. He's well liked by the fan base, and he's got solid size. He's a forward who can skate, got a solid shot, but injuries have really derailed his career the past few seasons, and they've taken his point totals down with him. He's kind of a middle six guy on a team like the Hawks, who aren't going to be very good next season, and hopefully they end up winning the lottery for Gavin McKenna, but we can only dream. But it's kind of that middle six guy. Wasn't overly skilled enough to be a top 6 player in his prime, and he wasn't really physical enough or fast enough to be a bottom 6 player, so he kind of slots in that middle 6 at his very best. But at his very best, he's a very, very effective player and just a very nice piece. He's never going to be the main guy. I mean, on this Hawks team for now, I could see him being like a Ryan Donato, but I don't know if he's going to quite do that. But once they're good again, and I don't even know if he's going to be on the team because he's only got 2 years left at a total of $5.5 million, like I said, over the next 2 seasons. But he's a solid guy. He has a nice size. He's not like crazy at using it, but he shields the puck nicely. He's got some nice puck moves, but he's a skilled big player, and that's kind of what we need on this roster right now. Like I said last video, with just the guys being smaller. And I don't know if this is a clue at the draft, because I think you can kind of interpret it in 2 ways. Is it that they're trying to put on more size and they might go for a Porter Martone, or is it more that Kyle Davidson and the Hawks staff doesn't value size as much and think it can be in the bottom 6-ish kind of half of the team instead of that top 6 like a Porter Martone? So, I mean, this draft actually has a solid amount of size, and guys like Anton Frondel or Caleb Denoyer. They're not a Porter Martone at 6'3", or very close to 6'3", whatever he measured it at. But I don't know. It's a solid trade, nothing to get too overly hyped about. It's kind of a salary cap dump for the Kraken as they try to kind of retool. They're not fully rebuilding or anything, but they just want to get back into this thing and kind of have that powerful team. But I don't know. He's just a solid player, and I can't really complain with it, 5.5 over the next 2 seasons is a salary cap dump for them, but really, with the cap going up, like, taking on, $3-4 million more than Joe Veleno was worth on his contract, like, Come on, they're fine. They can still make a splash move if they want. There's been reports that they don't really want to do it in free agency, more of the trade market, and I like Jason Robertson. Like I said last video, I don't know if real Kaprizov's really that plausible at this point, but a Jason Robertson, a JJ Peterka, it doesn't have to be a mega splash maybe this season, but just a minor thing to kind of boost this lineup in a way. But that's pretty much it for this video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.